Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
There you are, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Another exciting time at the Not Nerd headquarters.
Yes.
You may have noticed that I have a ring on my forehead. More on that later.
Yes. We've got some rings on our faces to discuss with the world of virtual reality and all the fun that comes with it. But we've also got some other stuff. Microsoft's got AI stuff. Hey, surprise, surprise. A big company has AI stuff. And we've got some hot Scarlett Johansson news.
Oh, I can't wait.
Put the commas in that where you would like. But yeah, so we did a thing, Dave. We've been talking about doing it for a while. And yesterday we got together and did something. But before that.
Oh, don't forget, look at your show notes. We got to talk about your hat.
Yes.
What is this? Ghost Hole Tavern, Garibaldi, Oregon.
Yes, it is a ill-fitting hat.
What's a ghost hole?
I didn't ask.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I've actually been... Man, this hat is way ill-fitting, but that's all right.
It's probably been jammed in a box.
Yeah, the other one I was going to wear, I put it like on the last loop, and it was still way too tight, so... luckily I have options, but yes. And the other thing I was going to say, Dave, we passed in the last couple weeks, our 1 year of going live on YouTube.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yes, it was the beginning of May of last year, and we've almost got things figured out.
Well, I'm going to have to apologize for not, understanding that you can't share 1 gigabyte files and other things. My point is there's always things to learn when you're doing things on YouTube. Always.
Yes, this is very true, and we have come a long way and are having fun doing it. So
I am. I hope you still are.
Yes. Oh, every week. It is fun going live and having people join in live in the chat and give us...
Welcome, the Not Nerd Show. Welcome to you.
Yes. Welcome.
It's crickets. I don't have a
crickets at the moment. Yeah, we don't do, like, some of the lives I watch later, they have like the 10-minute countdown intro. We just want to get it going.
Yeah.
Whether it works or not. But yes, back to our topic of the day. Yesterday, we met up. I own an Apple Vision Pro, and you recently purchased a
Meta Quest 3.
Yes, and producer
as Oculus.
Producer Todd is in the chat. It's true you learn a lot doing YouTube videos. It's even made me learn TikTok last night for my JoJo Siwa video, which I cannot wait for. I had seen some stuff on JoJo Siwa, and Todd made me dig deeper, and I am now mesmerized.
Is JoJo Siwa a real person, or is this a fabrication of Todd?
Yes, it is it is a real person. She was was it the Dance Moms? She was one of the little girls on there and turned that into a career. And now she has made a major pivot in her musical style. So head on over to Dr. RIP VHS for a video that will hopefully be there soon of him jumping on the trend. But yeah, that whole thing's fascinating. But anyways, MetaQuest 3, Apple Vision Pro. You had tried the Apple Vision Pro the day I got mine, when neither of us knew what we were doing. Then you went and did the Apple demo. Yes. And I had not tried the Quest 3. I had tried your Quest 2 a couple times and some other devices. But so we got together and we traded and sat there for a couple hours and walked each other through the world of these two devices. Now, there is quite a price difference in them, but I was really impressed with the Quest 3.
if you were to make a chart,
Yes.
the Quest 3 would be about here, and the Apple Vision Pro would be about here. So that was
Yes.
that was a lot of effort for that joke.
The dramatic effect. Thank you for that. But yeah, so we tried them out and we recorded some video. Now,
Yeah.
while I was using the Meta Quest, we were recording on the device, and then it is not very friendly, as we found pre-show, to get that
Well,
video off of the device, the screen recording.
it is, but apparently there's a hard limit. If it's over a certain size, then it's, of course, it won't play. So yes, we were. I did not color correct this video either.
No.
But here's me trying out the Vision Pro, and I'm going through this setup portion, which.
I think that's where you're DJing.
Oh, I'm DJing. Oh yeah, there I go. I don't know that we recorded DJing, but yes, I had a lot of fun testing it out. And one of the things with the Apple Vision Pro, so here are my first impressions, or my third impressions.
Third impressions, actual use impressions.
And this is in contrast to the MetaQuest headsets 2 and 3.
Yes.
The Apple Vision Pro is much heavier by a fair margin. And the way the head strap was set up for me, and I know there are other options, but for me, I could never configure it in a way where it didn't put pressure in an uncomfortable way on my face. So there was that the whole time I was using it. I know that's a solvable problem, but for my experience yesterday, that's what it was doing. Also, the pass-through video, when you move your head rapidly from side to side, and we were in pretty low light, which helped contribute, I'm sure. There is some, what do they call that? The motion blur. Ghosting or motion blur. You know, an object is in focus, but when it moves across, you could probably even see it here. It kind of smears and then stops and clears up and then smears. We're used to that. It's normal. We see it in video and TV all the time. At 30 frames, 24 frames a second, that is what adds a cinematic value. But when you're trying to replicate reality in a headset, the motion blur is not a wanted effect. So that's something that could improve. I'm not saying that it's better on the MetaQuest, but it's certainly not worse.
I'd say it's different. When I was really trying to do some of the pass-through stuff on the MetaQuest, it just felt different. Like some things were super clear, like almost felt fake, like it was doing some auto enhance things. But overall, the pass-through, it's usable, especially if you're in decent light.
Well, let's talk about that. So the pass-through is something that enables augmented reality, where a digital good can be overlaid on top of what we see. And if you don't have color cameras looking out into the world and giving you a color image, it's not very good. That's what the Quest 2 is like. But the Quest 3, you get a full color view. It's a very limited view of what you can see. The viewing angle's very shallow. And then once you get past a certain point on the MetaQuest, the geometry starts to break down and you get some warbles and wobbles and stuff, which isn't really a problem, but it definitely takes you out of, oh, I'm in the real world walking around. It's like the periphery reveals right away that that's not the case. And the resolution of the screen is high in the Quest, but the camera's resolution does not match the screen resolution, so you're seeing a lower resolution. The Vision Pro, you're seeing a higher resolution cameras, higher quality cameras, but they're not so far apart that you would flinch and go, oh, this is so much worse. Anyway, I'll start to go faster through some of my first impressions so you can get to your first impressions as well. The Vision Pro, everything is done with your hands. Everything. With the Quest 2, you can either use your hands or you can use the controllers that are right here. I find, since I'm a gamer, having the controllers to play games is preferred, but you can certainly play games with just your hands. What is the other comparison I wanted to make? I mean, the amount of software available, there's tons of Apple software that you can run on the Vision Pro, but it's not necessarily tuned to the AR, VR experience.
A lot of iPad apps.
Yeah, it's iPad and window type stuff. Whereas the MetaQuest, there is a whole game store, app store. I would say it's kind of light on the apps, but there are a lot of games, very robust, mature games that are a lot of fun to play. So those are my kind of first impressions from the comparison. But let's hear from you so I can concentrate on some of this video playback here.
Yes. So for the MetaQuest 3, definitely lighter. The pass-through was better than I expected. I do feel, and I think it's just because I'm so used to the Vision Pro, that using the controllers or even using your hand, it just didn't seem to have some of the fit and finish. I would say overall, it doesn't have some of the fit and finish that Apple tends to bring to their products. There was some. I played a couple games.
This is the game you were just playing there. This Beat Saber.
Yeah,
this
is Beat Saber one. That's some epic video there. But yeah, the Beat Saber, that's obviously one of the famous ones. Some other games. I finally was getting the hang of it, and it's a lot of fun. Now, I think overall one of the biggest differences at this point is, and it even goes to your pass-through stuff, the Vision Pro is more tailored to spatial computing, which is a term that Apple uses a lot, where the Quest is more of I would say it's more focused on a VR gaming experience. That's always seemed to be kind of the focus of it, although you can do a lot of the spatial computing things.
You should read Todd's.
Producer Todd. I like how you tested these and what looks like the basement from Saw, the movie. Yes, I was going to mention our top secret basement where we did our layer, secret not nerd layer that we did this with. There is a VCR in the image for you, Producer Todd. But yeah, so I think the Quest 3, I was very impressed with it. I do like having the ability to use the controllers. I was thinking about it after we were hanging out, and Apple, when the iPad first came out, or the iPhone, they're like, nobody ever wants a stylus, and then they did the Apple Pencil. I could see them doing something. You can pair like gaming controllers with it, so you can do that. But again, that's more of a stationary gaming experience. So Dave has entered.
I've entered the Matrix. So what I was going to do is show some of your video, but we have to do it in this janky way because I couldn't get the video off the device because it was too big and there wasn't time to stand on my head and jump around. And
yes, and I will say that's one thing with the Vision Pro. Like if I take photos or videos on the Vision Pro, they sync to iCloud. They show up on my phone, all of my devices. I recorded some screen on my iPad, casting from the Vision Pro. That way I was also able to sit on my iPad and go, oh no, Dave, go over there a little bit or do this or try that, which was a very nice function. You can do that with the Quest, but it was not as seamless as... Because all of the stuff Apple's been building for years, like their AirPlay technology, just works on the Vision Pro because they perfected it for their other devices. And it is quite entertaining watching Dave try to...
I wanted to let you know that these googly eyes, these are aftermarket. They do not come with the
They do not come with a giant glow-in-the-dark googly eyes.
So here, where I'm not exactly sure what it's like Inception.
Yeah.
Okay, so
there's your desk.
What? Oh boy.
Well, this is impressive. Holding the iPad up so we can see that, and then using the controller in your other hand while wearing the Quest.
That's not what I wanted.
This is stuff you don't see on any of those other YouTube channels.
No. Okay, so you can see what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's sound.
Oh yeah, me playing the.
So this is Nate playing this First Encounters game. I'm trying to make it bigger. But see, I have to look at it for you to see it. So Nate, you're going to have to be my director. Can you see what's happening?
Yes, I can see that I was in some sort of control mode. I see you.
Right.
This is not the best. Sorry, audio listeners. This is.
Yeah, so I'll describe. So Nate, this is Nate inside the Quest 3 headset looking around, and we're filming with the other camera. That's what you saw earlier of him walking around like a ding-dong with my googly eye.
Yeah, so stuff. I was checking the pass-through video and seeing. I'll probably look at my Apple Watch here several times.
This game is the First Encounters game, and it's difficult for me to operate because everywhere I look is that's what you're going to see, which not necessarily be what we're supposed to look at here. So this is an AR type game where these little puffballs are everywhere, and he has to shoot them. So having the controller is advantageous for a game like this because you can precisely aim. Let me know if I get too tilty. Yes. And then your next experience was doing the Beat Saber game, and we saw that. And then, there's your watch. You could see your watch pretty good. Well, you could on this video. I don't know that
I could see my watch. It looked very clear when I was looking at things, and your phone was pretty good. My watch looked really great, but yeah, it's.
And you'll notice some of the warbly video on the edges and stuff,
which might just be my warbly head.
Yeah,
as well.
The next one you tried was Brink Traveler, which is pretty legit.
Yeah, and that's very similar to some of the Apple.
And we can look at that.
Oh, producer Todd, behind the scenes of Dave's giant fire hazard plug wall.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This here? That's what you want to see? All my things.
OSHA is not allowed to use this footage in a court of law.
They sold a power supply with that many spots. It's not my fault if I fill them all up.
Yeah, so this app is kind of the 360 scenery, which you can do on the Vision Pro as well. You can walk up and look off the cliff. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. So now let's forget about this craziness. We got to see about 50% of what we wanted to see there. The other piece was me walking around on the moon and stuff.
Yes.
And so you saw the Brink app just there. Again, sorry, people who are watching at home.
You'll want to head over to YouTube for this one, much like
So here we are.
Much like every episode. Like and subscribe while you're there. Ring that bell. Let us know in the comments.
So this is the dinosaur encounter that I got to see. And I scared away the butterfly. But there's very high resolution video going on here. And it's pretty convincing. And then the dinosaur comes out of the frame in this augmented experience. And you'll notice that in the Apple Vision Pro, you can see your whole hand. It's your whole arm and hand is visible. In the MetaQuest, it's an outline, or it's a computer overlay. You can't really see your hand. But this was a pretty cool experience, and I think I'm on the moon later. But anyway, so there's the interface for the movies. It's just floating in space, which is pretty cool. I also tried this experience. If I can get it to play. This Lego game.
Oh yeah, the Lego.
So this is an
Builder,
augmented
whatever.
reality type thing, and on the Vision Pro, and you're just using your hands to do everything. Because you perhaps could hook up an Xbox controller, maybe, I don't know. But this is kind of how it's designed to be used. So that was pretty cool. So tell us some more about this while I look at the MetaQuest version.
Yeah. So you just kind of build some Lego things, and I haven't gotten too far into it to see if there's some more options. There, you're going into going onto the moon, which you just roll the dial and the thing there. If you don't want to see what's around you, that is a cool way to do it. But yeah, it's not as easy as just playing with Legos, if that's what you were looking for.
So this is one that I was playing at my house, where it's similar in that there's Lego, and then it'll put a 3D diorama. That's a word I was trying to use earlier. That you use the joystick on the Quest to move the little guy around, and you've got to go into scenarios where you have to build a bridge, or let's just be honest, it's 90% of the time it's building a bridge. But you do these little things in a separate window. Like there, he was building, and then that appears in the game to solve the puzzle that you were trying to do.
Interesting.
So very similar to what you were showing me in this world here. So those type of experiences are similar on both devices. That's the point I was going to make. And then also that Beat Saber game, but it's different. What's it called? The one that I played?
I forget what that one, but they have one that's very similar to Beat Saber that I believe uses Apple Music to pull songs from, and it's about as close as you can get without being the same thing and only using your hands instead of the controllers.
Well, I haven't told you this, but I purchased the exact same game for the Quest.
Oh,
and I was playing it last night. And you can either do it in full VR or it augmented, where it punches a hole through the wall in your house and then the music comes through. Gotcha. And so I was trying it both ways, with the controllers and with just my hands, and it matches up pretty good.
Yeah.
So
very cool. But yeah, we both played around with it we were there a couple hours and trying out a bunch of the different things. Yeah, I would say on the Quest, there's just a lot more games and some more active games now. Apple, they have Apple Arcade especially. There's been some new games. I like the Apple Arcade ones because that's part of my Apple One subscription, so I get them for free. Because I have noticed with the Vision Pro, which is not a cheap device, there's a lot of apps being released for it, but people know that you paid a lot for your Vision Pro, so you're probably willing to pay a lot to get the app.
Yeah, so they're more expensive.
To try out the latest, greatest things. So there's a lot that are, like $20, and it's like, I don't need that thing that bad. But
I will say most of the games in the MetaQuest store range from $10 to $20 very regularly, and then there's some AAA type games that are like $40 to $60. And so it's just like buying a game on a game console.
Yeah.
But
I guess that makes sense. We've just gotten so spoiled on the iPhone where it's like, 99 cents. I don't know about that. I'd rather watch an hour of ads in every 2 hours.
Yeah, I broke myself of that a long time ago, but you're right. It's like, this thing's like $6.99. Do I really want this? I was
Yeah.
telling my friend Daryl about this experience, and I'm not even going to try to put on my headset and hold up my iPad. And well,
Do all that again.
I'll try to do this. I'll try to hook my iPad. I mean, I guess I could do it. I don't want to take the time to do it. But
Yes.
hook my iPad up to OBS and then cast to the
Do it.
iPad
Dave
so we
plays
can just
games.
see it directly. But anyway, this experience it's called Fly, and it was $10, and it was like, should I get this app? But I had gotten a different app that does a similar thing, and it allows you to fly over the world in Google Earth with
Oh
the
wow.
Google Earth imagery.
Yeah.
And the Fly app, if you're looking for one of those for your Quest, that's the one to get. I've tried a couple now, 3 of them, and in my opinion, it's
Fly.
amazing.
The fly is fly.
So maybe Dave play games, so I'll
Yeah.
demo that.
Yeah, it would be good to get just some more footage out there. It's so hard with these devices to like show it in 2D, you don't get the full experience, or try to explain how it's all working. But it was really cool to use both devices. So, what's your conclusion, Dave, between the two?
Well, they're they're two different things. I
Yes.
I'm pretty I'm pretty in the camp of, if you like games, you want a VR experience that allows you to do some interoperability with your computer, like you can do the virtual screen and have a cutout for your keyboard and mouse, or whatever, have you virtual overlays, whatever you decide. If you're just an enthusiast who wants to have fun in a more toy-like experience, the MetaQuest, hands down, they dropped the price of MetaQuest 2 to $199.
Wow.
The Quest 3 is $499, and of course, both options you can pay more to get more storage if you want. Uh, Meta has announced the Meta Quest 3S, or I don't know if it's been announced. It's been leaked. It's been
Yes.
leaked. The Quest Lite, and it sits somewhere in between the Quest 2 and the Quest 3. So I would say the majority of people should buy one of those 3 products.
Yes.
They do everything you want to do. They're easy for people to pick up and play. And if you want to have the best VR games, you want to do some business experience, it can do it all.
Yeah.
For the person who is very deeply invested in the Apple ecosystem, is one. 2, has some disposable income that would allow them to buy a computer priced device, then of course you should get the Apple Vision Pro. But I think you're going to be disappointed if you want to be like, oh, I want to do the snowboarding, or I want to fly around in Google Earth, or I want to do all these things. You're going to be limited to kind of some simple touch.
Yeah.
Anything that you can make this work, the little.
Yes.
So
I did, and I had you play. They just released recently Crossy Road, a Vision Pro version, and there was an interesting thing on that you got to try out, where you use your left hand and you kind of direct for backwards and forwards,
yeah.
and then you pinch to jump with your other hand. So that was the first time I had seen that, where there was a dual control system instead of just, okay, I'm ready to
Yeah.
jump when it's time to jump, and that kind of thing, or using 2 hands. But yeah,
So
I think
it's like the iPad, right? So many of the games that came out for iPhone and iPad were just, they go automatically, and you just tap to jump,
Temple
tap,
Run.
or you swipe. And
Yeah.
so it's a very similar mechanics. Whereas with the Quest, it's more of a Xbox, PlayStation, where I've got thumbsticks,
All
I've got
controls.
buttons, I've got triggers, which is really cool. I got to be honest. It's really cool.
Yes, I would like to have the option to do something even just one-handed, but I've gotten so used to, so like you're saying with the Vision Pro, I mean, 90% of what I use it for is sitting here at my desk with my computer screen, showing in the Vision Pro at 110 inches or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
or sitting in my recliner watching YouTube with, X open and my messages open and maybe looking at something else where it is very stationary. So I do need to get out of my chair and play some more of those games, because literally I hadn't tried whatever that Beat Saber like game was
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I can't
since I first
remember the name of
downloaded it. And so it's very different use cases. But yeah, I would totally agree on your take for the Quest 3 at a much more reasonable price. And if you've got kids that are going to be using it, it did seem like you didn't have to do anything special to give it to me to.
No. I'm trying to find the name of that app, by the way. You just sign in with your Meta account, formerly Facebook account, but now you can have a Meta account, and you can have multiple accounts on the device. And so you were playing within my account, and this is so dumb.
Okay.
I can't find the app. This is weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm talking and trying to do something at the same time.
Yes.
That's dumb. I bought it. I paid money for it. So where was I? So I don't remember where I was. Remind me where I was.
I don't know. You distracted me with your.
You weren't listening to me, and I wasn't listening to myself.
Again, makes for great audio. So
Well, just go
gaming.
on. Just go on.
Yeah. So I mean, they're very different things. Oh, I was, talking about how for the user accounts. That's what
that's
talking
right.
about.
Yeah, the user accounts on the Apple Vision Pro. We're in Nate's account. It's very singular. All his text messages are there. All his notes are there. And you can't create a second account for your spouse or friend or coworker. You can only put it into a guest mode, which gives them limited access to all of those things. On the MetaQuest, it's the same thing. You were in my account, but there was no special setup because there's no eye tracking, so it didn't have to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's one differentiation.
The eyes.
It's eye tracking. So you just put it on, make sure your ocular distance is comfortable, the head strap is comfortable, and away you go. All my games are there, all my data is there as well. But you do have the option of creating sub-accounts. So if you have a spouse or kids, the main account holder, any applications that they purchase and put on the device are available for all of the other account holders to use. But if a sub-account holder purchases a game, it's only for them. So the shared ones are from the main account.
Okay. Much like the iCloud weirdness can be.
Yeah, it's like iCloud sharing. So I wish they would do that on the Vision Pro so that multiple people can just set up a profile and it adjusts everything.
Yes.
And you're ready
but
to
the
go.
fact that it's 2024 and you can't do that on an iPad unless you're in a special education environment, I don't see it coming to the Vision Pro. So it is a very personal device that it basically you can give people a demo or have it set up where there's just none of your personal information on there, not connected to iCloud, and then multiple people could use it. But just buy a family pack of Vision Pros and you're set.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed about the difference, other than the googly eyes that were aftermarket, is so this is plastic. This is plastic. This is plastic. This is plastic. The Vision Pro, by contrast, and I'm a little disappointed you don't have it sitting there right beside you. But while you get it, it's made of glass and aluminum, and I don't think you noticed it, Nate. I mentioned it a little bit, but when you were handling it and having me put it on and stuff, you were very gentle, and you gently removed that piece, and you gently. This thing, I'm like throwing it across the room at you. It's like, it's not as expensive. Therefore, you don't have the same value of care with it. And so it's easier just to grab, put on, play. With the Vision Pro, since it costs $3,500, it's like, oh, I don't want to over tighten this, or I don't want to scratch the front glass, or I don't want to set it down too quickly and break something. because there's more at stake, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, there is. So yeah, it 7 times the price. I guess that will be our final word. How many times the price of the Quest 3 do you think the Vision Pro should be?
It's, you know, if I paid full $500 retail for the Quest 3, which I did not, I bought a used one. $500. I want to say hardware wise, it's easily twice as much, maybe 3 times as much hardware wise. But software and capability wise, they're pretty equal because they excel in different areas.
Yes.
If you want the
yes.
premium experience where everything looks nice and pristine, go with the Vision Pro. But what you're looking at that's pristine and awesome is very limited. One thing that was a direct comparison, you had me watch a video through the Apple TV app or the Disney app, and you could put yourself in an environment. And I went to the Avengers headquarters to watch my video. And likewise, the Meta headsets have virtual environments that you can be in while you're looking at the menu, surfing the web. I'm in a space station, or I'm at a mountain retreat or something like that. The fidelity of Apple's virtual sets was much higher resolution, much more polished, just looked very good. The Meta ones are very good, but they weren't as polished as that. For example, it's like the things near you look great, but then you look out into the world and it's very obviously a panoramic picture that's just static, kind of low res. It's like, okay, you did all this work. Why didn't you make a better picture in the distance? But so it's just the fit and finish is really there.
Yes. And I'm excited to see what software improvements they make at WWDC for the Vision Pro, and if they've got some, new gaming partners and any of that stuff. But I enjoy it. Was it probably a tad too expensive? Yes. Do I regret it? No.
It's probably 30% too expensive. I mean, I could see $1,000 or $2,000 for the thing. 35 is a little steep, but it's Gen 1. First time out, the price will be coming down in the future, but who wants to wait?
Well,
if you don't want to wait,
like we discussed before, it's like if I use it for 2 years and I'm using it just about every day, it works out to a couple of dollars a day, and that's something I have to live with. But let us know if you have any questions. I know we kind of rambled on for 30 plus minutes there talking about some different aspects of it. We didn't have some clear, concise, here's the spec differences on this, but more of real world experience between the two devices.
Just using the thing. And, for me, this is comfortable to me. It's easy. I throw it on, I play with it, I'm done. If I could figure out a strap for the Apple Vision Pro.
I wish I would have brought the other strap. I didn't have it with me with the top thing, because that does make a big difference, just to have a little. When we look at my
pick of the week, you'll see a way where if you wanted extended playtimes with the with the Meta Quest, then this product will give it to you, because I played it for like 3 or 4 hours solid the other day. Just didn't even take it off.
Well, so that we can eventually get to our picks of the week, let us move on, because I'm excited to hear about Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
So I'm glad we had something in here, and I don't think we've talked about it before. This was copied over.
Maybe a long time ago, but it was in there.
So my upcoming pick of the week, I purchased on Amazon. And if you know you're going to be purchasing items on Amazon, then you should enter that item into Camel, Camel, Camel. Now you would think, is this your pick of the week? No, this is a pro tip to save money. So I'm going to go into my web browser, and we're going to type in CamelCamelCamel.com. And you are on this website, and you can create a free account. And what you do is you go to, let me go to Amazon here real quick. I'm going to pick some filament. for my 3D printer here. I know this is very exciting for those of you listening at home. And you paste the link here. And it found the filament that I was looking for. And the price is $20. This is for a 3D printer. And you can create a price watch. So I'm going to do a price watch. And I want it to be like $10.99. I mean, come on. And you put in your email, and then it's probably not going to let me. Let me switch away while I type in
put in your
my
secret
actual email. Let's see if it works. Okay. So I don't think my email's on. I guess it is on here. But so here we go. Back to the web. So your price watch for Polymaker matte PLA filament, it's not in stock, but it's created this, and it'll give you updates. And another thing, and Nate, remind me, how do I thought it showed the price history. Does it not do that? It's just a watch, isn't it?
I have it as the browser extension, so I just have their icon up in the thing. So if I'm on an Amazon product and I just click up there, it'll just quickly show me a chart of the price history, but I don't know if they actually have it on their site. And I know at one point, because I still get emails, somehow I put like synced my Amazon wish list with it at one time. And so any of those products, it'll let me know if there's a price drop on them, which is very nice as well. But yeah, I like that method that you're talking about, where it's like, okay, if this gets down to this price, let me know, because then I want to buy it.
Well, so historically, here's Apple AirPods Max. They're, $500. I think $449 is the standard price for them. But if you say, you know what, if these go on sale for $399, $400 even, let me know. And it lets you know if it's a good deal. And if I go back here, it was showing ones that are best price. So for this 3M Goggle Gear 500, it's been tracking the prices, and that is the best price that it's ever been for this product. So anyway, here's the history. I'm an idiot. All you have to do is scroll up.
Oh,
sheesh. I knew it was here, and I apologize, everyone at home. It'll show you the Amazon price, which is its main features to coordinate Amazon pricing, but it also has third-party pricing through Walmart and Target and those type of things. So everybody at home that was yelling at me saying, scroll up, dummy.
Scroll.
I want to go back to the headphones. So there's the price watch. And if you scroll up, you can see over 6 months, the price of this product has fluctuated between like $449 up to over $500, what is that? $535. So that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
And the average price is $506 on those. So there you go.
CamelCamelCamel, a great resource. Especially, you can quickly check things, but then to have that price monitoring, so you don't have to live on Amazon or check every day. I like in all aspects of life, if information can come to me, if I don't have to remember to go get it, and that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So now in my email, I'll be getting alerts for that product that I typed in there until I go shut it off.
Very nice. Well, with that, it is time for everyone's favorite segment.
What's that?
Just the headline.
That's right, Nate. Just the headlines.
Yes. Do you have, do we want to check in with the driveway cam? Is it ready to go?
If
it's not, we can just keep moving, since we are running long, and we're gonna keep it on this view anyways for the thing, but I do just like to see what's happening on your driveway.
Well, you know what, Nate, it's not a big deal for me to click a button. There we go. It's not.
We've had some rain. It's angled down a little bit more than usual.
It's the scale.
Oh, it's just your window. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a little bit better. It's been raining outside. I do not like it, Sam. I am.
No. 56 degrees currently and a little bit rainy. So thank you for the driveway cam.
Yeah.
let us go back to our side-by-side for just the headlines.
Do we want side-by-side?
Yes, because then everybody enjoying the short reel TikTok that I put out this week of our just the headlines, because you get all that tech news in like under a minute. It's amazing.
Yes. Here we are.
Okay, so one more time, it's just the headlines. Some people that rented a Tesla from Hertz were still charged for gas.
Makes sense. San Francisco police skirting facial recognition ban by having other departments do it for them.
Of course.
Bad cop, no donut.
Microplastics found in every human testicle in study.
Yikes. Photographer sets new world record with 317 miles per hour quadcopter drone.
Yes, we had 298 miles per hour, and somebody quickly corrected me that somebody had already beat that record.
That
317 miles per hour.
Amazing.
Google fixes third actively exploited Chrome 0 day in a week.
And I'll say Brave.com is a great alternative, but it's also a Chromium browser. So
yes.
Firefox. Samsung mocks Apple's Crush ad with an UnCrush ad.
Oh, original. UK police could get Ghostbusters-style backpack devices to halt e-bike getaways.
That's exciting.
Yes.
NASA's proposed plasma rocket would get us to Mars in 2 months versus 9 months. I read the article.
Robot dogs armed with AI-aimed rifles undergo U.S. Marines Special Ops evaluation.
Just what we needed, said no one ever.
And those are just the headlines.
Oof.
Oh, man. Well,
that's crazy.
On to our takes of the week. I believe it was yesterday, Monday morning, Microsoft had an event to unveil their new Copilot Plus PCs. They're not AI PCs, they're Copilot Plus PCs with generative AI capabilities baked in. So they have, I believe, 2 devices themselves that they're releasing under their Surface line, but they also had several partners from Lenovo, Asus, Dell, showing off some of their stuff. But they have a bunch of AI stuff they're adding, much like we saw with whoever it was last week, Google. They call them the NPU, the neural processing units.
Yeah.
They're adding in one of these so it can do a lot of onboard stuff, which we'll probably see from Apple soon as well. They already have it in the M4 iPad. Everybody's doing these neural processor units to be able to do a lot more. Their AI, basically AI focused chips is an easy way to think about it. So they can process the type of information you need to for a chatbot, say, or image generation. But they talk through this. Now, they have a couple things. One, on their laptops, they claim that it's faster than a MacBook Air M3 with AI. But somebody was talking, I saw today, it's like, yes, with fans. What does the MacBook Air not have? Fans.
And that's just for the AI stuff. What about like visiting your favorite website?
Yes.
Faster?
Yeah. Who cares? Now, here's one of the weirdest things that they're adding to Windows 11 on these Copilot Plus PCs that rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
It's a service called Recall, where it basically is constantly taking screenshots of your screen, storing them locally on the computer. Then you can ask Copilot, hey, what was that yellow jacket I was looking at? And it will go back through all of these screenshots and find if there was like a web page you were looking at and there was, say, even on the side an ad for a yellow jacket, not the bee, but an item of clothing, or a bee if you were looking at those, and it will go back and show you that. There's an app that does this for a Mac. It's a third-party one, but this is built into the system. So they were really touting the features. That seems wild to me in a lot of ways. Like, how much space is it going to take all these screenshots and keep all this data in there? And so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Then the other thing is Co-Creator, which is basically an upgraded version of Microsoft Paint where you can draw things, but then as you're drawing, it can use AI to like create an image. Like the lady I watched the whole presentation like I do for you guys. I'm a sucker for this stuff. But you paint a couple mountains and some rough flowers, and then it'll improve it to nice mountains. Now, I learned from Ben Thompson at Stratechery. He's like, there's some weird delays on it. It's doing all of the image generation on the laptop, but where delays come in is anything that you're drawing in there, it sends to their servers to make sure that it's appropriate. So like if it's not copyrighted, if it's not inappropriate drawings that you're drawing,
or something,
it has to check and not let you do that. So that's why it has to go out to the web and slow things down. I don't know, because
it's my computer. Microsoft I can do what I want.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't want to be responsible for creating AI generated versions of things that you drew. So that seems weird. But I am curious to see. I was thinking about it. WWDC is early June, and Apple has a distinct advantage right now because you have had Google, OpenAI, and Microsoft kind of lay out all their cards of what they're going to have available, and Apple's got a few weeks if they want to do some fine tuning on what they talk about in their things based on this. But if you're big into Windows and big into AI, that Microsoft event is for you. And then back to it. I teased it at the beginning, Scarlett Johansson. So everybody was saying that the new OpenAI voice that you talk with sound very much like Scarlett Johansson. Well, it's come out that Sam Altman from OpenAI had approached Scarlett Johansson to voice the voice, and she said no. Well, they got a sound alike and made it sound very much like her anyways, without compensating her. And so apparently they have now taken it off because she threatened legal action.
Yeah, I think she's already suing them.
Yeah, so she received an offer for it and just decided after introspection that after much consideration and for personal reasons, I declined the offer. And 9 months later, and everybody's like, hey, is that you?
So there's a part in here where the AI guy,
Sam Altman,
he posted Her, which is the movie in which Scarlett Johansson starred in as the computer voice for an AI generated thing. So he knew what he was doing.
Yep.
And this all comes on the coattail of Hollywood, with having actors and writer strikes, of them wanting to make agreements with studios that they own digital, that actors would retain ownership of their digital likenesses and those type of things. And so this isn't Hollywood, but this is, Silicon Valley going through the same thing, claiming that they own everything about everybody. And I actually commend her for standing up to them and saying, no, you don't. Just because I speak on camera on a film doesn't give you the right to take my likeness or what I sound like and reproduce that and make money off of it. It's not yours to take. So
yes. And I didn't put it in the show notes, but OpenAI also had a couple key people leave in this last week. So I mean, this AI stuff, it's moving fast, and it is interesting to pay attention to.
It is.
Next up, we've got some Cryptowatch.
I can't wait.
You let me know yesterday that the price for your beloved Ethereum was way up. and I had seen that Bitcoin was way up, but from decrypt.co, the headline, Bitcoin Ethereum will hit all-time highs amid ETH ETF approval. So Ethereum is getting approval for the ETFs, much like Bitcoin did, and that is driving the prices up again like it did before, but then the prices went down, and who knows what's going to happen. I'm looking in my app, and the current price, the high today was up to 71,400, and it's currently at 70,277 $60 per Bitcoin. Ethereum is at 37.90 and 70 cents with a high of $38,038.
I was an idiot. I thought that clicking on that link would take me to Ethereum's price, but there it is here at the top of the page.
Yeah, so here we are for another roller coaster of crypto prices, which if you're willing to get on the roller coaster, take your motion sickness pills, because it is all over the place.
And just like gambling, never use money you can't afford to lose.
Yes.
When you purchase crypto, because it's very likely that you will lose it.
This is true. And even more exciting than crypto, it's that time of the month for Microsoft Patch Tuesday, May 2024 edition.
It's already been a month?
Yes.
What in the world?
Every second Tuesday. So it was actually last week, and I'm just getting to the article from Krebs on Security. Microsoft today released updates to fix more than 60 security holes in Windows computers and supported software, including 2 zero-day vulnerabilities in Windows that are already being exploited in active attacks. There are also important security patches available for macOS and Adobe users, and for the Chrome web browser, which just patched its own zero-day flaw, like we mentioned earlier. So just a good reminder, keep your devices updated. There was the issue with iOS 17.5 where it was like resurfacing deleted pictures for some people. And they have an update now, 17.5.1, I believe, that fixes that. But yes, always so many updates that you should be installing.
I mean, not to pick sides, but Apple's bug was, oh no, something I deleted might come back, versus hackers can attack your device right now unless you update.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Quite the difference.
Yes. And I will spare you all reading through the CVEs of those 0 days. But the link is always in the show notes if you want to go read up more about why you should update your devices and software. But after you do that, you'll want to check out our bonus odd take, a fun little game that I found that you will find at potatoortomato.com. And you load the website and it gives you an image and you have to guess whether or not it is a potato or a tomato.
And I actually played this earlier, and I have to say, of the 4 or 5 chances that I tried, I got them all correct. So let's try it here. Is this, let's take a survey. You know what? I'll wait. Go ahead and type it in the chat. Do you think that this is a tomato or a potato?
Oof, I don't know. But while people are thinking about that, Josh K in the chat said, the amazing facial hair between you two is the reason I trust everything you guys say.
That's true.
That's why we have it.
Always trust a man with cool facial hair.
Yes. I have a hard time trusting
It's in the Bible.
Yes. Bare-faced guys. It's just there's something weird about shaving all the time.
Weird. Come on.
Oh, but yes. Okay, so listeners, we're not seeing anything in the chat yet, but potato or tomato, because I hate them so much, I am able to identify that that is a tomato.
I will click it, and yep, that's a tomato. You'd be surprised by how many have guessed wrong. You can tweet it or exit. They need to update this. You can post an X, or you can play again. So I'm going to play again because I don't want to post
let's do
X. Ooh.
Ooh. That looks different than the last one.
Well, logic would dictate that this is a potato.
Yes.
You'd be surprised at how many guessed wrong.
We got it right 2 in a row.
It says that every time you correct.
Yes, it gives you the same answers. But yes, gather the family around for game night and go to potato or tomato.com, and you will want to gather them for that right after we get done with our picks of the week.
Okay. The world's just going to have to wait to find out what happens if you click the wrong thing.
Yes. Yeah. No, we got to leave something to encourage them to go support that website, whoever put it together.
Well, I can't tell if there's any ads because I have ad blockers on.
No, there's no ads. There's
how
no
are you supporting them?
Let's see. Yeah, they don't have social media. It is just purely potato or tomato.
Yeah, an amazing website. Almost as amazing as another one that we should pick next time. But I will save that for later. So picks of the week, I believe you said.
Yes,
is what we're going to be talking about. So my pick of the week is this. No. Is this little
potato or tomato? That's odd.
Is the KIWI design comfort battery head strap for the Meta Quest 3. Nice. And you might be saying, well, surely you can do better. I can. I have it right here. So this is, you might have thought, this is the strap that comes with it. No, it is not.
Upgrade.
This sports a battery with a USB-C type port and 4 indicator lights. And you plug that in, and then on this side, you plug it into your headset. That's what I was trying to fix. And the headset itself has a battery in it. And so you charge it. But this will charge the battery. So the trick is you just plug in here. It charges this. That charges the headset. You double your playtime, roughly, in my experience. Yeah. And it's got this nice comfort pleather type material on the back that will crown around the base of your head. And then it's got this dial, much like the Vision Pro strap. And don't you just love that sound?
Yes, and then, that is the loudest clicker. I guess it was pretty close to your microphone.
Yeah. And then the top, there's a Velcro thing. And it's got a hinge, which I had a similar one of these for my Quest 2. Did not have a hinge. This is so great. You put it on your face, and then you just lower the back.
Oh, you slide it down. You just
kind of slide it down versus the whole I gotta put it on and cinch it up. It's just, I usually leave it the same size and just slide it over the back of my head. On. And then this part
that is nice.
Adjusts. So you may be asking yourself, well, what does that cost?
Yeah, well, what does that cost?
I brought it up, and here's the price. $60, but 25% off coupon.
Ooh, nice.
I did not pay $60. I paid the $30 or $40 or whatever it was with the coupon. So if you have a MetaQuest 3 and you're looking for an inexpensive device. Now remember, go to CamelCamelCamel, type this device in, look at the chart. Actually, let's just do it real quick. We got to go full circle here. So here we are. CamelCamelCamel, paste it in, hit the link. Boom. I can sign up for price watches, or if through the wonder of scrolling up, it's $60, price drop to 50, back up to 60. And that is the entire history of this thing. That doesn't
show the coupon.
No. So, math wizard Nate, what was the price?
25% off? Or
so, let me do
60, 10% of 60 would be 6, 12, $15 off.
Let's see.
$15 off, so that would be $50, $45. Some change.
You know, I did the thing and then I went to zero. So.
59.99 times 0.75 would be $44.99 and a quarter of a penny.
Excellent. So
So
always be looking for those
$45.
deals and always be using Camel to kind of give you a range. That
Yes.
chart, I got to tell you, that is the hidden gem of the internet right there, because you'll go to a product and you're like, I don't know if this is a good price or not. Well, they have a history.
Yeah. No, it is very nice because yeah, you're like, oh, it's on a big sale. Well, that's the price it's been forever.
Yeah.
Compared to their retail price, but very nice. Well, my pick of the week, I cannot show you because it is holding up. In case you didn't know, this is not my real kitchen, and
What?
that is in no way a real refrigerator door. That is AI generated on my green screen, but I had a metal frame that was kind of rickety and had to go around things to set up my green screen. I was like, I wish I just had a pole that went all the way across my room. So I went to Amazon, as one does, and I found the ZOCONE tension curtain rod, 51 to 168 inches, adjustable closet tension rod, rust-free, no drilling, shower curtain rod, anti-slip, spring steel rod for bathroom, white. And I've got a link in the show notes there. And I paid, what did I pay for this thing? It's 46 with a 10% coupon, but it has different segments. So I am just over 11 feet wide in this room.
Wow.
And it holds up my green screen. It's pretty sturdy. You couldn't do pull-ups on it, but it is very secure and went together well. And it comes with some curtain rings and some other little adapters and stuff. But
So
tension rod.
to repeat, you have no stands, you have no vertical stands, and you have no hooks. This just pushes side to side against two walls.
Yes, for over 11 feet. So it has some different solid steel segments, and then at the end segment, it's a spring steel rod. Yeah, so maybe it's not all steel, but it is strong.
The rod is aluminium.
And then the last section, you just get it. It's got a little spring in it, and you extend and then slide it up into place. I had even bought like some little sticker cup type things that go on the end of your walls or on your walls, so the ends would sit in that. But I don't even need that. So if you're looking for a 51 to 168 inch rod. That is 168 divided by 12, 14 feet. So you could span 14 feet with this thing.
That's a pretty big. And it looks like you have a rod in your kitchen. What's that vertical rod to your left?
ChatGPT, when they do widescreen images, they like to have, you might remember last week with my closet, there was like two walls, like I was sitting outside of the closet. This one, they had two walls, and I said, get rid of the walls like I'm in the room, and it still kept a rod there. It is not a dancing pole in my kitchen of any sort, but
I'm not sure about that.
Yes. So if you would like either of our picks, you can go to notpicks.com, which we just finished the giveaway yesterday. I randomized all the people that went and left a comment, took out all the ones from my wife because she said she doesn't want any of my stuff. She wants stuff to leave our house, and picked a winner. The winner is friend of the show, Mr. Wesley Rice.
Whoa, nice. Congratulations, Wes.
Yes, which he is really into video. So having this newer, that's just the box, which nobody wants to see. But
wait, what was the link? Here it is.
It's this light here. He's got one of these, so I'm excited to see what he can do that, because he does a lot of video and photo work. And we do have a Ramazon purchase this week, which I believe was producer Todd. He told us before, because he was repairing a laptop and needed a certain screwdriver. So he went through NotPicks and bought the single precision screwdriver P5 star Y00 T5 T6 T8 T9 T15 torque security with a spudger tool for Switch, PS3, 4, 5, laptop, Xbox, Mac, etc. to repair, clean, and replace parts for $6. So thank you for that, producer Todd.
Yeah.
And you were able to get the right tool to open up your MacBook and get a bunch of dust out of there.
I am looking forward to that 12 cents that we get.
Yes, if that. But yeah, please head to notpicks.com. We are going to do a new price. Now, you're not going to get this fancy little doodad.
Whoa. What do we got here?
It is a Amazon delivery truck that when I purchased a gift card a while back, they were giving you one of these trucks. I'm not going to give you that, but we are going to do a giveaway.
That's cool.
For an Amazon $20 gift card. So if you go leave a review, then you can buy stuff through our Amazon affiliate links. So I don't have it up there yet, but if you start leaving reviews on any of our products there, previous picks of the week, while you're going, here's what you're going to do. You need to buy something on Amazon. You go to notpicks.com, you find something, you leave a quick review. You go to Amazon, you put a CamelCamel price tracker on it, and then you win the $20 gift card, and then you can buy the thing when the price lowers. I mean, it just makes perfect sense.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think about that?
I don't know. I don't know why you didn't think about that. But for those of you that did make it this far in the show, just a quick programming note. Dave is going to be away from his command center next week for the episode. So tune in, because that might be a wild ride of sketchy internet. So if that's what you look for in the Not Nerd Show, make sure to tune in next week, which will be Tuesday, May 28th, Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. We are so grateful to everybody that joins us in the live show, but you can always watch later on YouTube or listen in your favorite podcast app. Join with us on the socials. We want to answer your questions. If you've got questions on the Quest 3 or the Vision Pro or anything else, let us know, because we want you to get out there and tech better.